Chương trình này được bảo trợ bởi
Family Joy, tổ ấm y tế của mọi gia đình, 714 898 0765.
Hi, welcome to the OC Health and Education Show on Little Saigon TV. I'm your host, Julie DIEP. To us, OC and OC Health and Education stands for our community because we believe that our community thrives when we come together. We thank you for joining us each week on channel 56.10 at 7 p.m. and on Wednesday morning at 14.2. You can also catch us on Little Saigon TV on Facebook Live. This show is a bilingual English and Vietnamese program dedicated to educating, inspiring our community. We have a very special guest today that is Reverend William Moses Somerville. We are so excited to have an opportunity to talk to him, and I'm sure he's going to bring so much hope and inspiration to all of us. For the past year, we've been all struggling and dealing with the pandemic. And up at this point in the U.S., we have almost 600 U.S. deaths. And about 40% of these cases include people in the minority, Latino, and Black communities. So we definitely want to make sure we shed light on it. Because I am the president of OC Autism, we also want to share that people with disabilities are disproportionately affected by the pandemic. So we are so honored to have Reverend Moses on the show, Reverend Moses Somerville on the show. Julie DIEP kính chào quý vị khán giả của Little Saigon TV trong chương trình kiến thức y khoa gia đình và xã hội. Julie hy vọng chương trình sẽ tiếp tục giúp cho quý vị nói về thông tin rất là quan trọng cho cộng đồng Việt Nam của mình. Julie cảm ơn quý vị đã theo dõi chương trình mỗi thứ ba lúc 7 giờ tối trên đài 56.10 và sáng thứ tư trên đài 14.2. Julie hân hạnh cảm ơn quý vị đã theo dõi chương trình, và hôm nay Julie mời được Reverend đó là Reverend William Moses Somerville trên chương trình hôm nay. Reverend, thank you so much for coming on to the show. We are so excited to talk to you. And I know, even before we start, I said, we got to save this for the live taping. But welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. Bao Chao Yip.
Bang Chao.
Bang Chao Yip.
Oh, look, you're so great.
I often share with people that I encounter on a daily basis, the best language you can speak is to pronounce someone's name correctly. And so, and most importantly, in light of what has transpired, especially with the anti-Asian sentiment in our society and community, I just want you to know I see you. And that's what's most important to me, and which is why we're here. So thank you.
Well, I'm so excited to have you here. I know we've been planning this for over a month to get together.
Month and a half.
And I'm so glad you're here. But
Yes.
I was able to have these conversations with you, and every time I end a conversation with you, I always feel so inspired and filled with just so much joy and gratitude. Can you tell the audience about who you are and how did you get to become the Reverend?
Okay. Where should I begin is the question. I often so what brings me here, I think, and what brought us connected was the recommendation of a friend.
Yes.
Who articulated my work in spiritual care as a spiritual care provider in clinical and hospice settings.
Yes.
You also mentioned that I do serve as a pastor, which I serve as the pastor of Kingdom Come Community Church, where we're located in Gardena, California, and now opening up a satellite location in the Laguna Niguel area, South Orange County.
That's great.
So we have LA County and Orange County happening all together. With that said, that's my initial support group. And then, so going back to my clinical work as a spiritual care provider, or what we say is chaplains, which we've already identified. There's no Vietnamese translation for chaplain.
So I'm going to try my best.
Yeah, and don't even try. You don't have to, because the other cultures don't have a translation for chaplain. So don't hold yourself to any standard that's not even there. With that said, as I share with my patients and family, the qualifications or let me even back up, the requirements that I have to serve as your reverend, your chaplain, your pastor involves the fact that I was called and ordained in a faith tradition, and that tradition being the Christian Protestant tradition, most specifically Baptist. With being ordained, I also received my Master of Divinity degree from Garrett Evangelical Theological Seminary, which is located all the way back in Evanston, Illinois, on the campus of Northwestern University.
So you have formal training?
Yes.
Okay.
These are all the requirements.
Wow.
Then I went through a program called Chaplain Residency, also known as Clinical Pastoral Education. And the two entities that are highlighted in this specialized training, providing spiritual care in a clinical setting, is biospiritual focusing and the skill of pastoral caregiving.
Wow.
Okay.
I didn't realize it's so extensive and requires so much training. I also read in your bio that there's a doctorate along the way.
Yes, I am currently working on really latter part of in the dissertation stage now of working on my PhD in religion, ethics, and society through Omega Graduate School, which is located in Dayton, Tennessee. So
well, you have such an impressive resume. I didn't realize it requires so much training. I just thought, it's just, you just anointed and it's your calling and boom, and you get this privilege.
Okay, I hear what you're saying. But let me ask you this. Would you allow for your doctor or your physician to work on your body without having gone to med school, passing boards, and what have you? Would you have that?
No.
Okay. Would you let a lawyer work on your case who had not gone to law school and had not passed the bar exam?
I think a lot of us don't realize that what you do is it's a job.
Right.
It's not just a calling.
It's a very much career vocation.
Okay.
Very robust. And so why is it that we allow our spiritual care providers and our religious leaders to lead us without any formalized training and rigorous testing all the same?
Well, thank you so much, Reverend, for sharing all of that. I'm going to try to share this with our Vietnamese audience, who wants to learn more about a lot more in case there are some, language barriers.
For sure.
Yes,
I'm totally open to it.
Julie, cảm ơn quý vị đã theo dõi chương trình hôm nay. Julie có thời gian nói chuyện với Reverend William Moses Somerville. And hôm nay Reverend chia sẻ với chúng tôi đó là làm cái công việc đây là không phải là về pastor của cái hai nhà thờ ở Lodge với ở Orange County ở quận Cam, mà cũng là làm chaplain. Chaplain là mình cũng không có là một cái chữ nào mình giảng được, mà chaplain là một người cha mà giúp cho nhiều người trong mùa Covid. Lúc mà họ gần mất á, thì cái người cha đây có thời gian tới bệnh viện để giúp cho quý vị. So cái phần đó là rất là quan trọng. Một phần nữa đó là Reverend William á, là có bằng master, với hiện tại cũng học thêm cái bằng doctor. Hôm nay cha nói đó là cái người cha mà giúp cho quý vị không phải là chỉ giúp cho quý vị không, mà phải có nhiều cái training, phải học hành mới làm được cái công việc đây. Giống như cái ví dụ á, là chừng nào mình có người bác sĩ hay người luật sư, chừng nào họ không có đi học, họ không có cái kinh nghiệm thì mình cũng không có tin tưởng họ. So Julie cũng rất cảm ơn cho Reverend giảng cho mình hôm nay. I was trying to recap of all the things that you mentioned. I think the highlight was really, when you have someone serving you, you want to make sure that they're prepared, that they have the knowledge and the know-how to make sure that they can do, do your family.
That's right.
And the person, especially at the end of life,
yes,
that really needs your support.
Yes.
So I know after the commercial break, we'll definitely have so much more to talk about. But I want you to prepare to tell us a lot more about your congregation, about what it means to also serve during COVID and the pandemic, because I know that's such a, with heavy heart to do, but I'm sure there's a lot of gratitude and beauty in that.
Yes.
Julie cảm ơn quý vị đã theo dõi chương trình Kiến thức y khoa, gia đình và xã hội. Sau phần quảng cáo, Julie sẽ tiếp tục nói chuyện với Reverend William Moses Somerville.